We on, my brother.
All right, I'm logging in here now just
Yeah.
to verify. Nothing has came in yet.
It take a few seconds for it to hit. Ajay Holmes in the building. You're gonna
Yep,
be giving
yep.
us some switches,
Yeah,
switching cameras and stuff.
well, I'm playing around with the Sony ZV-1, so I'm liking that. Or I got my other one right here, but I haven't adjusted the ISO one. It's a little too dark.
Yeah.
But I'll probably crank it up here in a second.
AJ, we is here. We is here.
Well, I'll say one thing. It's not coming up so on mine. So for whatever reason,
Might take a minute. Sometimes that stuff's late. Let me see. It definitely took it though, AJ. I put it in there.
yeah, because normally on here I'm waiting. It'll be just like I'm streaming from church. It should show me the video, and then I click go.
Yeah.
It's saying it's still waiting for connection.
Yeah, I had to get it on the next one. Maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I
fine.
did put it in there. Well, maybe we'll test it out one day. We could
Okay.
test it out on a private one.
Yeah. So I'm good to go. Whenever you're ready.
What's going on, family? My Roundup family. Thank you for coming in tonight. AJ and I, we mentioned it to you last year that we were going to be doing some content on YouTube and internet marketing. Here it is. AJ Holmes, ladies and gentlemen.
Hola.
Y'all know, if you don't know, I'm Kris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Today, we're going to focus on the entrepreneurship side, if you don't mind. If you don't, I don't mind. So, yes, I'm with my boy, fellow band nerd and Heritage High School graduates.
Yeah, yeah.
How was your holiday, man? New Year, all that good stuff?
Man, I slept through it. Honestly, I was so tired. I laid down at 7 o'clock and I was planning on getting back up. Next thing I know, I woke up. It was 3 o'clock in the morning. I was, oh, happy New Year. My daughter was laying on the on her bed, and I'm like, oh, she got to bed. I fell asleep before her, so good thing she's asleep.
That's crazy. So Roundup fam, today we're going to share with you and AJ more so than me. We're going to be doing a series, right? This is going to be once a week. We don't have the date and the time down yet because I dropped the ball on that, AJ. Sorry, dog.
It's all right. It's all right.
I'm doing my best, man. Every time I try to do something, my baby's like, "You ain't finna do that. You ain't doing that." We want y'all to get paid. I'm like, why can't people? My thing is why can't people in the world get paid? Why can't people get paid? Why we gotta be broke?
It's a mindset, but let me leave that one alone.
I'm like, look, the universe wants you to be rich. God wants you to be rich. So, and you don't have to believe what I believe. So, today we're gonna just go back and forth with AJ and I about some beginner things you need to get set up before you think you're gonna be making $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 a month on YouTube. AJ, let's rewind to the beginning of your YouTube career. And I want to stress first of all, I want to get your input on YouTube. For me, YouTube changed my life and the internet. I was just, it was before the internet, before YouTube. I was just a little grumpy real estate guy, go to check on construction, contractors, tenants, toilets, and trash. YouTube hit, boom. Okay, I get to go out here and speak to people. Maybe I am doing something good for the community. So tell me about yours, AJ, as you were doing, obviously you had to do something before you got onto YouTube. You can't just come on, be like, I'm a YouTube guy.
Yeah, I think honestly, I was I was playing around with YouTube because I really didn't understand what it was. I've been on YouTube since 2006.
Wow.
That's when I registered account. My very first video was 2011, where
5 years.
I just recorded myself doing choir rehearsal, what I do for choir rehearsal. And then after that, I started dabbling with video games. That was well before the limits for getting paid were in place. You could actually start getting paid from day one from YouTube. That's how long I was on there. Tried to do gaming. I still got a gaming channel that got over like 200 videos that no one's ever really watched. I tried motivation. I tried
So you were actually focusing on being a content creator.
somewhat. I was just dabbling. Really, to be quite honest. Um, because I was like, hey, I like playing video games, and people said you could never get paid. And I'm seeing people getting paid for playing video games. I'm like, hey, I could do that. But ultimately it didn't really pan out the way I wanted to. And then ultimately jump ahead a few years, I am now was the head of our media ministry, and I'm trying to teach everybody, and I'm learning all this stuff as well at the same time, research and how to do cameras, live streaming, well before COVID. I'm talking about 2013, stuff like that. And I just went to YouTube University, and I'm like, man, the videos out here are horrible.
Terrible.
So I just started trying to teach my folks, and no one was listening, and I hated repeating myself. That's the repeat of the Marine Corps part of me. You listen the first time and you just do it. But so I started recording myself doing the videos so that people can just watch. And my ministry folks weren't watching that much. But then I started getting onesies and twosies, people asking questions. I was like, sure, I'll help you. I got the hecklers. I just ignored them. And then next thing I know, I just started doing more videos. Um, grinded to get to 100 people. I thought I was on the top of a mountain. Took about a year and a half to get to 1,000. I just started helping more people. And then that was 2018, 2019. Then 2020 hit, doing the same stuff, doing a video, maybe get 2-3 people there. Then all of a sudden March hit,
Boom.
videos just went crazy. And everybody's like, man, how did you, man, you are a prophet or something. You made this video on how to live stream in 2017.
Wow.
And it just took off from there.
Gotcha. So it sounds like you were doing something. I'm reading a book now, the No BS Guide to Wealth Attraction. It says, be doing something. Be doing something.
Absolutely. I'm more I'll say the statement I like with that is it's easier to move to steer a moving car than a parked one.
Mm-hmm. So round up today, AJ, and I'm just going to go back. Just I firmly believe, and I'm getting this from Damon Dash. Damon Dash, one of the music mogul that started all that stuff. Jay-Z. YouTube is. Well, let me ask AJ. If I were to ask you, AJ, are you under the premise that YouTube is the new publisher? What would you say to that?
Oh, beyond that. Yes.
So if you think you're going to go out there, if you're a recording artist, and this is for anybody, this is not for real estate, this is for whatever product and or service you are doing. If you think you're going to go out there and sell some widgets, whatever your widget is, without demonstrating it on YouTube, I want to say, AJ, I'm talking, well, AJ going to go back and forth. What would you say to that, AJ?
I mean, it's essential. It's about as essential as you building a building right now without electricity or plumbing.
Wow. Expand on that, AJ.
I mean, I say the same thing that I say with churches. It's just like churches need to have some type of digital, I like to call it a digital footprint. When you go to buy a car, I'm looking at getting a Model Y Tesla pretty soon. That's my car. That's what I'm excited about. I go test drive it. I've gone and done that. But if anybody else does a car, what do? You do research. That's what you do.
Mm-hmm.
You always don't go to the car dealership. You ultimately do once you're finally making your decision, but you do research. Every business, anything, this is well before COVID, but especially because of COVID, people can't go and do stuff the way that they do. And now, how do you market yourself when people can't come into your store? You take your store to them.
Yeah, I don't know how you're going to do it. I don't know. I mean, this is the way. This is the way. I mean, you're even going a lot deeper. I'm just talking about we call them spins in the music business. It used to be how many spins you get, or whatever. And then before, it was how many units you have sold. It was tapes, CDs. Now it's like how many streams are you getting? That verifies how popular you are and how much volume you're going to be able to do. And not only that, how much influence you have in the business and whatever business it is that you're in.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard you say something too, AJ. Especially now, people can't go outside. You can touch them And I want to talk to you too about real estate. Traditionally, I'm a real estate guy, but one of the things I don't like about real estate is once the transaction is done, it's over.
Mhm.
My customer is the homeowner, right? Once I
Mhm.
bought your house, you don't have any. I can't. If you don't own another house, I can't help you. So it's like I get to do one transaction with you, maybe two. I think I maybe have bought it in my career a handful of houses from people that own more than one.
Mhm.
And statistically speaking, only 93% of America own more than three houses, more than two houses. I know that because I study real estate. But AJ, with real estate, once the deal is over, that's done. I got to go looking for a new client.
Yeah, I think with that, that's true. But I think with YouTube, it's you don't necessarily just make income just from, and this is kind of playing off of one of my friends, Josh, here, just asking a question about how much you would make from a video and stuff like that. You don't want to just look just two-dimensionally.
Oh no!
You need to look three-dimensionally. So in
Stay
that
there first.
example,
Stay
yes.
there, Jay. Stay there,
So I'm
AJ.
just saying, like in your example of what you just said, I really feel it's not the highest tech cameras. It's not the cleanest, the most clean words, the best video. That doesn't do
Speaker.
anything. The thing that get the currency that we are looking for on YouTube is influence.
Yep.
That's all it is. So if you got, I mean, there's this one guy I saw that I knew when I saw this guy that I had hope. All this dude did was go out on his backyard and on his porch and he grilled. That's all he did.
Different meals.
Yeah, no, he just had a barbecue and he's like, I feel like cooking a steak today. Or I'm gonna do ribs today. And he would do that, and his channel blew up because a steakhouse, a slaughterhouse, contacted him and said, look, we see the amount of people who are watching what you're doing. We will give you $5,000 a month just to use the meat from our slaughterhouse to say exclusively you're barbecuing with our stuff.
Unbelievable.
And I'm
That's
like,
influence.
and that was just, I mean, I don't want to be disrespectful by saying, but it's a good old boy just in the backyard, just barbecuing. That's it.
Wow. That's deep.
So if that dude can do that, and I'm going to go back to what you just said, you're saying it's about creativity. So for me, I would think if I had somebody that's doing that, like, oh man, I only have a house, I only deal with them in one interaction, I would make that a series.
Oh yeah, we do.
I would take the family through that, and then literally, yes, you only sell them that one house, but you can develop that relationship with them to where now they are your marketing, not you, because your video will outlive. I always teach churches, put your stuff on YouTube because your message will outlive you.
That's
And that's
sharp.
with any message. So you do a nice series of how you help the family go through all the steps of whoever to get a house. That marketing strategy of 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 videos, that will be your everlasting marketing tool.
That's sharp. That's sharp. That's ironic you mentioned that because right now we're having to. Don't forget, AJ, I'm on the other side. I'm not showing them pretty house, driving around, looking. We're coming in cash, closing 2 weeks. You gone.
Mhm.
But this particular deal here, we're having to buy a house to move them to and buy their house. So I'm glad you mentioned that. It's reminding me to make sure that we document all that stuff.
Yeah, and I think that, and that's a part of the creativity. Again, I think we talked about it in the first video. YouTube is not an entertainment medium if you want to be on it.
What you mean?
Meaning that, yeah, the content we're doing can be entertaining to viewers, but for people who are creating it, we are making an experience for them to
Hmm.
where, again, it's about influence. We want them. I have somebody that watched my videos. He said this to me. He said, AJ, I watch your channel more than I watch TV.
Yep.
That's what you're trying to get to, because you're
Experience.
not just offering just entertainment, you're offering value. And they're like, man, I'm getting more from it. I forgot, what was it, Zig Ziglar or somebody else was saying it as well too, to where that you give so much more than what you charge that they're
Yeah.
like, why
Why
wouldn't I
not?
come back?
Why not? Why not? So let's talk about. We could talk all day, obviously. Round up. Make sure you get your questions in the box for AJ, the CEO. Looks like it's working, AJ. I see you got some comments coming in.
Yep.
Did you get it working? I
Um,
see this dude
yeah,
here.
it must be. I didn't stop it, but let me go check out my page and see what happened. Normally, I would have got a post or something about it.
Fiesta says YouTube won't be here long. Might
Well,
not be.
true, but that doesn't stop you from building your platform so that you build a tribe to where if you have to move to somewhere else, the tribe can go with you.
Just moving right over. Yep, that's a good point. I'm glad we said that. That's why we don't use. Here's the thing. Who said that? Faisal, you have to start somewhere. So you're either going to have your email list or you're going to have a social media list. Email list, I promise you, is going to be a lot more intense. And it's going to cost money to do too. Do you have an email list, AJ?
Yes, I got 2. Actually, no, I got 4, to be quite honest.
So we'll get it. You wouldn't want to get into that today. You want to?
Yeah, I mean, the main thing, it goes back to that same statement. If YouTube happened to go away, if Facebook happened to go away and you build 10,000, 100,000 people and it goes away and you haven't diversified yourself, guess what? You just
You're in
lost
trouble.
everything.
Yeah, you're in trouble. You got
Just like right now, if you have your contacts, you got your Rolodex of all your contacts and your house burnt down and you have no other form of that, you've lost all your contacts. You got to digitize everything you got. I believe in backups of backups of backups of backups.
In the music industry, they used to say if it doesn't exist in 3 places, then if you don't have it saved in 3 places, then it doesn't even exist.
True.
That's crazy, man. So somebody getting started, AJ. I know fresh. I did a consultation today. I paid for a consultation for another Instagram superstar, which they don't have a YouTube channel. We're working together to cross pollinate her IG with my YouTube. I think. Let me ask you, somebody getting started, round up. This is going to be an ongoing thing. So make sure you tune in. YouTube is huge. YouTube is huge, and I hope you will receive this coming from a real estate guy. I'm a real estate guy. I got houses, got this, got construction, building houses, flipping, rentals, got it all. I want to tell you what the gurus aren't going to tell you. This YouTube thing, huge, big. The reason I'm trying to pull you guys in so you can learn this stuff too. I saw the way it transformed my business, and I know it can do the same for you. AJ, you blew your channel up in 1 year. Tell me about the beginning when what were you thinking as you were making that final content? And I know you made some other content before you got to this content.
I mean, my whole goal was just the whole genesis of what it was I'm educating my media ministry, and then that transformed into I'm educating media ministries.
Educated media ministries to do what?
Just from, I mean, my tag of when I got it. I normally do this in off the cuff, so I got to get my mind in the way it
Get your
is.
mission
Like,
right.
yeah, so it's like, hey folks, AJ the CEO here. It's your first time stopping by the channel. We focus on tips, training, strategies, reviews, and builds to help modernize your media ministry. That's what we do. We train people because, again, in my niche, media ministry, almost 95% of us are volunteers. And you're getting people who used to be a janitor, bus driver, band nerd, doing all this, and now all of a sudden they have to be a networking engineer, a drapery engineer, a audio tech, a sound engineer, lighting. I mean, computer technician, data entry. You're getting them at a church to do all this stuff that they're not trained for. So I just decided to be like, look, I don't know everything, but the stuff I stumbled across, I'm just going to document that and try and put it in a way that's hopefully easier for y'all to understand, my audience to watch. And if you don't like what I'm doing, that's great, because it's not meant for you. I'm not mad about it. There's at least, and the good thing about what I do, like, I don't believe in competition, is when I started doing this, it won't that many, and I'm just being honest, it won't that many of me doing that.
Is it now?
I mean, that's the good thing about this, that what I did is open the door to get other people to start doing it. And like I said, I don't compete with nobody. I'm like, hey, some people might not like how I talk, but somebody else now is like, man, just like that guy with the barbecue, that inspired me. Somebody else can look at it like, like Josh. He's in here right now. This kid is 12 years old out of Florida.
What?
And he saw me and was like, man, AJ, I want to do what you're doing. And I'm like, and I don't pull him down. I'm encouraging him, like, dude, do more. Because I was like, you can reach people that I can't.
Yeah. I found out the way you look is the vessel that delivers the information is huge too. AJ, talk about that.
Well,
Like when I got into the real estate business, it was a bunch of white dudes at the real estate group. They were in their little circles. I didn't look like them. It was just it kind of had a little I don't know, just a different spirit to it.
Yeah, I think the main thing with that is, at least in my mindset, is, and I'm gonna try and answer this, but my answer might not be what people would expect. I really feel that the issue is, the reason why the vessel is different is because half of this is a mind game. We have to believe that. I jokingly say this to my group, and I really mean that man, somebody will want to listen to a short, black, bald guy that wears glasses. I had to convince myself that people would do that. And surprisingly, guess what? When I got out there, no one cared. It was me who thought people wouldn't listen. People don't care what you look like. Do you have the content that will answer your questions? I've had priests, rabbis, Muslims from all over the face of the planet. I've had atheists contact me, and they're like, I never had them say, I don't want to talk to him because he's black. Never.
That's crazy.
It's more like, this dude obviously knows what he's talking about, so I'm gonna listen because he knows what he's talking about. And if I don't have to deal with the people who are racist towards me or don't have it, because they never make the time to even call me. So
they ain't gonna watch anyway.
Yeah.
You done with that?
Yeah, that was it. I mean, that was the vessel, I would say. It's like, it's just you get out there, and the vessel is, you need to realize that you actually are one, and then stop. You're too busy comparing your minors to everybody's majors, and vice versa. When everybody got crap in their life just like you, their stuff stink just like you. It's not like all of a sudden, like, and I think we talked about it before. I got to the point that I don't judge myself. I'm my best cheerleader. I'm not arrogant, but I'm just like, AJ, you're worth something. You know something that somebody else don't know, and you're just sharing it.
Nice. We need our I'm not saying that we are elders, but when you think about somebody that's 20, we might know a little bit more. Sometimes we don't, not saying all the time, but sometimes we may have a little edge on a few people. Yeah. AJ, for people starting, let's go back to the very beginning. I remember I was so nervous when I cut on the mic. My channel started in 2009. I didn't blow until 2017, though. I didn't really try. What can you give us, AJ, to get over the fear of getting in front of that camera? Because I don't know if it's real. If it feels real, then it is. It's like a fear. So if you're feeling it, then it's real. So what do you have for people to get over getting in front of the camera? Because it can really be a lot of resistance getting in front of that thing. Well, did you have, maybe you didn't have that resistance? I did.
No, I didn't. Only because, like, I got forced to do that by being a preacher's kid. So I always had to be in front of people.
Oh, that ain't fair.
But I think the main thing is, and I don't mean this to be cliche, how do you get over the fear? You do it anyway. You just do. Now, what I did when I was cautious, like, oh my gosh, like, did I have a booger in my nose? Did I have this? Did I have something like that? You really want to get over it? Just record it and publish it to yourself privately. You don't have to. I mean, you just need to get into that. It's just like working a muscle. You keep doing it. Record a video. Let it be trash. It doesn't matter. You're the only one that's going to see it. Upload it to yourself privately. Never release it. At least right now. Never release it. And then just understand the process. Keep doing that. Keep doing that. And then, you know what? Just be like, the heck with it. Let me release this one video just to see. Just to see. And then, honestly, let me just be real. Your first couple of videos, no one's going to see them anyway.
There you go.
So it don't matter. You're psyching yourself out.
You mean I'm not going to put 2 videos and blow up, AJ?
I mean, you may, but I mean, the chances
The
are
odds.
very likely that it's not going to happen.
The odds. The odds might be against you a little bit.
Yeah, and it was a couple other people.
We're
There
gonna
was
get into
like,
questions. We're gonna do. You and me gonna go. Then we're gonna go through Q&A at the end. Is that okay, AJ?
yeah, that's fine.
So, getting over the fear, just doing it. You're saying this cut. Are you telling them to suck? Because I sucked at the beginning. Is it? Are you? I'm trying to paraphrase. Kind of like doing it suckingly at first.
Yes, I've paid good money to go to classes, and guess what they said at those good classes? Put 100, do 100 sucky videos.
Wow.
Just do them. He was like, if you consistently do 100 videos, you will get over that feeling.
You
Or
get over
even if
sucking.
you don't, you will develop a habit to where you've been doing the videos that you can't stop because you've developed a habit of doing it. And that habit will override your concern of what people think about you.
Mm-hmm. Habit. Napoleon Hill calls about habit force. The force kind of it literally pulls you to do it after you have done it so long. Kind of like me going to the gym. Do you have any habit forces, AJ, that pull you to do something that helps you to be successful?
Yes, every night I take out my notebook and I write through my goals. The goals haven't changed. They're the exact same goals. I just write them out every single time before I go to sleep. It'll
Sweet.
be times I'm tired and I'm like, I'll go to sleep, but I'll wake up at 1 o'clock in the morning, get up, write the goals down again. Because
Sweet.
I have to.
You want to share some of that stuff, or is it private?
Oh no. I like some of my goals are I'm happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, and whole. I am a globally recognized influencer on YouTube for church media ministry. I earn and receive $160,000 profit monthly through my businesses. I drive a blue Tesla Model Y long range with 20-inch turbine wheels, black interior, full self-driving, and details inside the car. I mean, I talk about relationships, I talk about physical, I talk about financial. I have a goal for every single aspect of my life.
Nice. Nice.
So it could be just 5, but I write those down every single day. So that way I'm programming this up here that's the last thing that I remember when I go to sleep. And that's the first thing that's on my mind when I wake up.
Habit Force round up with AJ, the CEO. We're just talking about AJ. We're going to use this to build a YouTube course for you guys, so we can help you get started. I got to push you, just ever so gently, just push you round up. I gotta get you off the boat. If you don't have a channel, you have to get on this YouTube thing because, like my man said, it may not be around forever. Might not. Nobody knows. So, AJ, are there any tools that you want to talk to somebody about starting a channel right now? Any specific tools? Because all I had was a phone.
Honestly, I say start with what you got. Don't get distracted with, like, I did a video showing my full layout and somebody was like, they're like, oh my gosh. Like I said, no, that took me 10 years to put together. But again, my setup is for media ministries. It's a miniature media ministry. This is overkill for YouTube. So I just say start. Don't worry about it. I mean, I started with a Logitech C920 webcam. That's what I started with.
Did you start live or did you record?
I recorded.
Okay.
I mean, because I was already doing video editing for a long time. That was just something I was interested in wanting to do. So I was like, oh, let me see if I can. There was no classes. There was no YouTube. So I'm just going to record myself. And oh, wait a minute. Sony Vegas is $30. Let me buy that. I got $30. And let me see if I can hook up my camera and record something. Oh, this looks like trash. Oh, hey. And then next thing I know, it looked like trash, but everybody else is like, hey, could you record this church service? Oh, you mean put a camera in the back of church and hit record? Sure. And then it just went from there. And then I just started, if I can record everybody else's content, why don't I make my own? So I started recording myself, what I did for choir rehearsal. And I just kept it to myself. And I'm like, I was doing that box video stuff before it got popular. So I would record myself singing soprano, put it in the computer, record myself singing alto, tenor, and then put myself together. And that's how I prepare for choir rehearsal. And now you see people doing that on YouTube and they blowing up. And I'm like, man, I was doing that before even YouTube was out.
Before it was doing it, right? I was doing it before it was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Phone roundup. If AJ, I promise y'all, if AJ and I can do it, we are just two. We went to the same high school, playing the same band. Robert Carter. That dude was a monster, wasn't he? You ain't like Robert?
That last year, I ain't gotten. I says if you ain't got nothing good to say, leave it alone. I just leave that out. But that last year in high school,
A little rough.
yeah. So
I'm just talking about the accolades. You know, I don't whatever personal. I mean, the man.
oh yeah. I enjoyed the band stuff.
Whatever personal issues. I'm just talking about. He had so many trophies. They had to get him out of the room. They couldn't even fit anymore.
Oh yeah, especially when we went to Festival of States. First time we ever got down there, and we just what was that? The judge is like, who went to the fabric store? I think me and Stephanie Quinones and all of them still talk about that because I got a
Really?
video of our first. I got
You got a video?
yeah, on my channel, 96 coconut champagne. One more time, Chuckeria. I got it all on there with you and Chris and other ones doing the trio and stuff like that. Yeah, got it all.
Man, round up to I promise y'all, if we could do this, you can do this. It will change your life. Content creation. I want to frame this up for you, AJ, to chime in too. Just think about it, y'all. Jefferson's Good Times, Fred Sanford, Friends, your favorite sitcom, 30 minutes, right? How many millions of dollars does it take to put that together? Lighting, camera work, stage, actors, all that stuff. All they're doing is selling airtime, dropping in commercials. So now this is a unique time in human history where we too can be the network and the producer and the actor and all that and drop our ads. AJ, expand on that a little bit.
Yeah, these platforms, we're talking about YouTube right now, but any of them, YouTube, Instagram, Twitch, TikTok, I mean, all this other stuff, literally, it is your own television network. You can develop whatever content as long as it's legal and ethical and all the. I mean, some places you can do crazy stuff out that's not legal and ethical.
Yeah.
But I mean, literally, it's your network, and you can come up with any type of content that you want. It is up to you. You don't have to run it by a board. You don't have to run it by executive branch. I mean, you can come up with whatever content. And the good thing is, it is 7.5 billion people now on the face of the planet. There are at least 1 million people that are into what you're into.
Oh man, that's like what 0.0. I don't even know what the percentage is.
Yeah,
but a lot of people think it's oversaturated, AJ. And when I look at like a video that did 800,000 views. I'm like, who are these dudes? You know, you don't even know who they are.
Mm-hmm. I mean, I still do that. I go on YouTube and I'll look up something. I was just like, wait a minute, this dude got over 300,000 or this chick got 100,000. I'm like, you know what? That I don't get mad at that anymore. I'm like, that's more confirmation. It's like, look, I'm on the right path.
Right path. Well, I hear a lot. Well, YouTube is saturated. I won't do well. I could never do this. We are here, Roundup, to push you. Y'all gonna hear me say this several times. We're here. It's our mission. And I talked to AJ last year about this, and he agreed to come on and help me with this. We are finding it in our spirits because it's so important. It's so important to get on this social media, y'all. We don't know how long social media, because it's just the state of the internet. Let me ask you, AJ. The internet went from email to banners to, I don't know, chat rooms. Remember we had everybody going to a chat room, those little, and you could do instant messaging. Now it's just morphing to social media. Would you say that the social media is the state of the internet right now?
Yes, it is, and it's going to get even bigger. It is. I mean, just like right now, I talk about Tesla a lot. They're doing self-driving cars. Everybody thought that was crazy, but now all of a sudden you got like 5 to 7 companies that have self-driving cars now. It's going to get to a point where you buy a car, there is no steering wheel, and you're going to be sitting inside the car like a carriage. Your front seats are going to be looking at the back is going to be looking at the front. What are you going to do in that period of time? If you're in the car by yourself, you're going to be listening to music, or you're going to be communicating with people through some type of social media in some way, shape, or form.
Golly.
You know, you're going to be, because it's cheaper now for a Johnson & Johnson or some other company to, you know what, I don't have to pay millions to this network that nobody's watching. I can come directly to my customers, and I don't have to go through anybody. I mean, they're They're trying to change laws like Ajay Pai and all these other idiots changed the FCC code to where they're making internet. They got rid of net neutrality. So yeah, they can start charging people for that. But honestly, you get more people on social media and on these platforms that they understand being able to reach their customers directly without putting up toll booths. Oh,
Mhm.
you'll get enough people to understand and not let people pass these laws and stuff like that to do that.
Sweet. Sweet. So AJ, we gone 35 minutes. I got some questions here, man. You want to dive into some Q&A?
Sure.
Round up, we got AJ here, my partner in crime when it comes to, he knows a lot more about this internet and this YouTube thing. AJ, do you do affiliate marketing or you
Yes.
okay. So we're going to get into that. AJ, you want to just give them a quick 40,000 foot view of what affiliate marketing is?
Affiliate marketing is a company would rather pay you $5,000 a month for your influence because of you have influence with a specific group of people compared to them paying $100,000 to $1,000,000 a month, hoping you're watching TV for their advertisement.
Yeah, shit. 9 times out of 10, I've watched it. I'm like one of those weird dudes. I like to just see what people are doing while I'm out, while I'm driving. I just go to the corner and just sit at one of the little coffee spaces just to watch people.
Mhm.
All of them are on the phone, but even when they're watching TV during the commercials, they ain't watching the commercial. I mean, they're not even watching the commercial. They're on the phone,
Mhm.
social media, looking around, communicating with people during the commercial. So it's almost like the ad time is in vain.
Yeah, it's almost like the ads are the show, and the show is the advertisement.
That's crazy, man. Affiliate marketing. So that's another way to do it. So if you think you have to have a product roundup, you do not. I don't even want to tell y'all the numbers we do on affiliate marketing. You might not, wouldn't believe me anyway. Uh, it's just amazing. And not only that, is intellectual property, and it can be in a continuity program. AJ, do you have any of your affiliates that are a continuity program?
Well, I need you to find that for me.
Okay, with a continuity, that's one of my favorites. So you just have an affiliate that has a software, some type of intellectual property, and they pay a monthly fee to access that. For real estate investors, it's big data. You have to have a way to pull big data if you're going to be any type of investor. You got to pull comps, you got to pull mortgage information, you got to pull seller information, seller address, skip tracing. So a lot of vendors out there offer that, and we have a link, and it's continuity. It's like your cell phone.
Mhm.
Every month, boom. It's on a continuous program. So continuity. I just learned that from studying marketing. You got to have some type of continuity to your business.
Yeah, I would say yes, I do. I do have some things like that.
Okay.
I have affiliates with websites
There you go.
and providers. So like I do stuff with churches. I recommend type of website hosting for them. They
Hosting.
they 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 pay me when they first sign up, and then I get commissions from them yearly for the life of that contract.
I
30%
see.
for the rest of the life as long as they have it.
Yep.
And with a website, most people once they set it up, they never go away from it.
Yeah, they don't want to go back and rebuild it.
Exactly.
Yeah. Hosting. Well, you got hosting, you got to host it.
Mhm.
And on top of that, you got to have the ground is the hosting and the house is going to be the site itself. So you have to have them both.
Mhm.
This is cool stuff, AJ. Thank you, my brother.
Yep.
I hope you guys are receiving the words with the meditation of our hearts getting it to you. Get your questions in the chat. Let's see. We had a question coming from, let's see, Josh. That's your guy, right?
Yeah.
How much will you make on average, Josh? Worry about that money. Think about that money.
Well, it all depends.
Five to
We
10,000.
talked about it like you talked about it like you have CPM, I have CPM. It's depending on your subject matter,
That's right.
and what the advertisers want to pay. Finance, how to make money, real estate, stocks, they are like high CPM to where they know the advertisers like, oh, the people who are watching that content have money to spend, and they're gonna put high dollar value into that type of stuff. So I've seen people that have 1 million subscribers and they make $100 a month.
You know what? I seen dudes with a lot of views and talk about, well, you make $7 for every 1,000.
Yeah.
I'm like, that ain't me.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen other people. I remember, who was it? What's the guy's name? Tim Schmoyer. He's another guy who teaches a lot of stuff on YouTube. He
Yeah.
was making like maybe like $10,000 a month off of 10,000 subscribers, because like you just talked about, he was making 90% of it off of affiliates.
Yeah, not on the actual ad spend.
Yeah.
AJ, I want to talk about before we get to the next question. People think that the ads they're in it to get the YouTube money per se. Tell them if okay, from my opinion, that is like the worst way to get paid. I want to know what's your opinion on that, AJ.
I agree. And honestly, if you follow all the other stuff, you can make so much more from your business and your affiliates, more than what you can have from YouTube. For me, YouTube was a belief builder for me that I could make this work. If somebody else can make $10,000 a month, to me, I made $100. That was all the proof I needed, to when I had hecklers saying that this is nothing. I had plenty of hecklers say, man, I made $13. Woohoo. Big deal, AJ, $13. When's the last time you got paid $13 for something that you did a year ago?
Mm.
Only musicians, authors do that. You're in a
Publishers. It's
royalty. Yeah, you've established a royalty. It doesn't matter how would anybody like to trade that you getting paid $13 a month for the rest of your life and you don't have to do the work?
I love it.
Yeah, so YouTube for me, yes, that's the bottom of the barrel. Yes, can it make a lot? Yes, it can, but you can make so much more out of that. For me, YouTube was a proof of concept.
Proof of concept for you. AJ, man, I'm gonna just pull it out of you. Tell me about dealing with the naysayers. I remember when I used to say I'm YouTube, people look at me a little funny. Even somebody in my own house might do that, or a family member. And I remember one time a guy was like, Chris, family member, I see you got all those videos. I feel bad for you. You ain't making no money.
Well, I'll answer it this way. It's a guy at my church. His wife passed 2 years ago from cancer, unfortunately, but their son used to play football in college. Dropped out of college, but all he did was stay at home and played Madden. You know, good mom, like, you need to get up here, get a job and all this other stuff. And he's like, no, I'm practicing. Yeah, you're playing those stupid games. This dude went up to New York, competed in Madden professionally for a video game, came home with third place, 3 times more than what he made at his regular job playing video games.
Wow, deep.
And it's just one of those things to where it's like, you have to realize, if you're coming from, it's just like from a business, and an employee will never understand the mindset of an employer. An employer never understands what the owner does. And then it's a different mindset. So when you look in like, I feel bad for you, it's because you've never been on this side. When you get on this side, it's like, oh, now I get it.
Words of encouragement for people that have some naysayers around them. Because just think about it. I'm starting a YouTube channel. Might not be received well in some households in this country from a family member, a husband, wife. I know it's big.
Mm-hmm. Well, let me put it this way. I learned this lesson a long time ago when I did network marketing. I was always trying to find some way to make extra money.
When was this, by the way? When was this, AJ?
This was 2002.
Wow.
Through 2008, right out of college. What I learned, and love my family, this isn't meant as an attack, but this is what I learned just in all my businesses. Do it without your family. Don't do it. Do it for your family, but don't do it waiting for them to encourage you, because some people are never going to understand your dream. And then in all reality, whether you're running a company or whatever, you want to prove it to yourself more than anybody else. Because unfortunately, if you build it and your family supports you, some people are going to be like, oh, I mean, Chris, the only reason you're successful is because I helped you. Compared to if you build it without anybody's support and you have complete strangers who helped you make it be successful, that's confidence to you, to where now when the naysayers, the family come behind, they're like, wait a minute, I built this at this level. It might not be big, but I built at this level with complete strangers.
Wow.
So you know me and you're saying it's not possible. These people don't know me and they see that it does work.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna stay here just for one more second. Any mental, what do you have any mental steps, or what can you give them to say, you know what, I'm gonna do it anyway? Because the naysayers can't do YouTube. How you know? What crazy? Any mental steps?
I mean, it all depends on your personality. My personality has always been, ever since I was little, the instant you tell me what I can't do, I would go through hell and high water to prove you wrong. Don't ever tell me what I can't do, because you do not set an expectation of how high I can or cannot go.
Mm-hmm. Roundup, we're here with AJ. We're just working on, AJ and I are doing a YouTube and internet marketing training for you. Not today. We're going to just use this training. The questions that you ask us will push us to develop it, and will guide us to make sure that we're giving you the right product. Okay, so get your questions in so we will get those answered right now. Justin wants to know, how do you establish your channel, AJ?
Well, when you're talking about establish, there's multiple ways to say that, but I would say it this way. You need, for me, can you condense whatever your channel is going to be into 3 words? And then in those 3 words, anytime those 3 words are mentioned, you know exactly what you're talking about. And then when you establish whatever your channel is, when they search, and this is well into keywords and stuff like that, but when somebody search up those 3 words, you should show up. And when they search for you, those words should show up.
Gotcha.
So when you look up media ministry, I'm there in some way, shape, or form.
Somehow.
If you look up my name, you see media ministry in some way, not just on YouTube, on Google. Anywhere you put that in, my name should come up in some way, shape, or form. That's how you establish it.
So we do a blog too, Justin. I got to be honest with you. I enjoy writing more than I do videos. I mean, I enjoy just cranking out content. You know, it's one of the things I've done over the years. We have a newsletter comes out every month, and then we do the blog. So you kind of, it's not just making videos, but this training is for videos. But AJ says something about the content you showing up. So for us, we kind of own Landlord Section 8, right? Because we have the Landlord's Guide to Section 8 Housing training course, right? So whenever you type in Section 8, it's just me on the front page, you know, so it's right there. That's a good point, though. I think AJ has more of a outcome-minded, outcome-based decisions in his mind. I was just kind of winging it. So when he talks about these keywords, crucial, it's so important. I need to do better. That's why I like talking to AJ. Those keywords is like, man, the keywords, if you don't know what you're doing, the keywords will pull you.
Yeah.
If people search for them and you pop up, and then you start to making more content. Alex, hey, nice picture. I never thought about that. Look at that, AJ. He's got the bokeh effect on the mirror.
Yeah.
That's sharp, Alex. How do you set up, or what camera do you use, and how do you edit videos? I'm thinking that's what he wants to know. Camera, setup, editing.
Camera, just start, like we said before, start with whatever you got, because you don't want to put the cart before the horse. You need to understand, like for me, I don't know. I still don't know about ISO, focal point, aperture. I don't know that stuff.
Turn the dial, right?
I'm just like, which one am I in focus? That's it. And then, or I get a camera that automatically does the focus for me, so I ain't gotta jump and do that stuff for me. But no, I mean, I'm more of, how do I learn? I need to create content. So I didn't know nothing about video editing. So what did I do? I took out my phone. I took out my webcam. I recorded me standing still, just walking in a circle for 60 seconds. And then I put that in the computer. Guess what? That was media for me to try and video edit. And I literally, I'm not the super smartest person in the room, but I'm like, how do I practice on this? Just like me, I hated piano. But how did I enjoy piano? I took out my Casio keyboard. When Inspector Gadget came on, I was like, you know what? I like that song. I recorded it on the VCR, played it back, started
Wow.
plucking out a note at a time and I made my training for myself. So if you want to learn how to get a camera, do whatever, you got a camera because you got a phone.
You got to try it.
Start doing something with that. And if you want to video edit, if you don't have a computer, there's so many video editors on your phone, on your tablet, or there's HitFilm, which is free. There's DaVinci Resolve is free, that you can download.
What's the other one? HitFilm, and what was the other one, AJ?
DaVinci Resolve.
DaVinci Resolve.
You play with those that are free. If you want to save up the money, I mean, if you have a Mac, it has iMovie built into it. There's so many other programs. Filmora is all based on the web, and you can do there's so much free stuff out there that you just got to find something and just start with it. And again, you will learn in the process. You pull out a camera, man, this image looks like crap. Man, I should get another camera. Look, you would have never known that if you didn't start recording with what you got.
I think, AJ, we all look for the best way to do something. I stopped saying, what's the best way? I just want to know what is a way. If it works for me, let's roll.
Yeah, I would say you said the same thing. I would say I would just take those two sentences that you said and add those other words to the way at the end. What is the best way for me?
For me. There you go. I like that.
Yeah, because it's going to change. Like I said, you started with a webcam. I started with a webcam. I'm at a cinema camera, and now it's not switching for whatever reason. But I have a cinema camera. Started with camcorder. Got this camera. Use my phone. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's at the point where it's like I'm at the point where, you know what? I've been doing research and I've reached the limits of what I've done, and I want to move it to the next level. I don't know nothing about focal points and all this other stuff. You know what? Let me buy a camera. So I'm forcing myself to learn how to do that stuff.
I like what you said the other day. You're like, no one ever masters lighting. They just practice lighting. What did you say, AJ? Something like that. No one is a master at lighting. They're just always.
Yeah, I can't remember who it was, but
I mean,
it's just a constant process. Like none of us are never going to be perfect. We have to strive for perfection. That is a ongoing process.
Yep.
You don't ever just understand YouTube. You're always a student.
Yeah, because they're always changing. Derek, can you do a subject to on a condo with an HOA? Absolutely, my friend. That's no big deal. You can do that. You can use my docs and just go in there and make it happen. That's no problem. Hey, Coffee, how you doing? Devorah. I heard you have to post at least weekly. So I'm making videos. If a week comes and I can't post, am I keeping up?
No, that is not true.
Go ahead, AJ.
Mark Roper used to help design the rover that landed on Mars. He has over like 5 million, 10 million subscribers. He posts one video a month.
Wow.
But this is the guy, you might not know him by name, but have you ever seen a video where this guy made a bomb, a package bomb for people who were stealing stuff from Amazon packages on their front door to where they opened it and it shot glitter everywhere?
I'm looking at he got it right here on this thing.
Yeah, that's what he's known for. He does humongous engineering stuff, and it takes him a whole month, but his whole thing is he's learned it to do that. There's another guy who he does 5-minute videos, 10 5-minute videos a day. There's other people that it doesn't matter. It's about you need to don't worry about the algorithm. The algorithm is a computer. It will figure yourself out. The whole thing is you need to first, instead of worrying about the consistency, instead of worrying about the consistency of YouTube, worry about your own consistency.
Good point.
Like if you can, and I think Gary Vee said it the same way, you need to be comfortable with, if you have set up a goal to do a video a week and you can't do it this week, don't beat yourself up. Because I mean, I intentionally took off for 2 weeks, and I normally do a video every other day, and I intentionally didn't do it for 2 weeks for the holidays, and I didn't feel bad. My channel still grew.
Wow, yeah, it's gonna grow either way.
Yeah, and it's like you just need to realize what's more important, to knock out this video on this time schedule that you should have, or to get you right. So that, I mean, because there's no point in you putting out content and you're not there and you're just trying to do it like a robot. That ain't gonna last.
No, they can see. They can see right. People can see right through it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm one a week, Devora. Friday's my day, but one every 2 weeks, whatever it is. Try to get it. Like I think AJ said it right. Worry about you. What is your consistency before you worry about YouTube's consistency? Great point, AJ. Get your questions in for AJ and myself. We are doing. This is a YouTube and internet marketing training today. AJ and I have made it a plan to go live every week so we can help you guys come on over to the internet marketing world. And if your income ain't where it needs to be, you know what's weird? Obviously, we both meet people. I do a lot of finance and coaching. They're worried about making more money. I'm like, look, this is what the wealthy does. Boom, 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 boom. Are you doing any of that? I can clearly see, like, are you not creating content? Are you not writing books? Are you not doing this? Boom, boom, boom. If you're not doing it, you might be your own worst enemy.
Yep.
Coffee, thank you for the push. Good for you, Dutch. What up, Dutch? Mike Page. My big homie Fit Tech. Let's see what you got, big homie Fit Tech. Big homie Fit. Been going hard for a while on YouTube, trying to figure out how to create additional income. Wow, this dude got some. Holy cow. You want to look at some of this stuff, AJ, or you want to keep going?
Yeah, I'm pulling him up on here as well too.
Let's look at it. I'm gonna bring it on the screen.
All right.
This is fun, man. This dude is humongous. Let's see. He got that. His most popular video is with an iPad. I don't know. What's your content? Big homie, what is your content? Looks like you're working out, but vid tech, fit tech. I'm gonna bring him on the screen, AJ. Can you see it?
Yeah.
I'm getting a little confused about the content that he has. Seems like he's got an iPhone. He's looking at a phone here on one.
I see an unboxing one, and then
Yeah. It's a nice way to do the quick channel audit. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, just from me glancing, I think based on that very first thing that we were talking about is find your focus. Like if I look at your channel, like for me, when I was bouncing around to all those content, when I was trying to figure out what I was going to do, when I decided to go to a different direction, I hid all those other videos.
Why is that?
Because I mean, I'm like, again, like I was trying to do motivation. I was trying to do ASMR with Bible stuff. And, you know, and it was like, my whole thing is I don't ever, once my audience was established, I don't want them to be confused. As in, like, do I like playing video games? Yes, I do. But my channel is never going to have video games on this one.
That'd be a little rough.
Yeah, like if you are doing a, like for example, you want to have a whole bunch of random videos, then your channel should be about your life, your vlog, so that way you can change whatever because you are the subject of your channel. So like right now, by me glancing, the first thing I'm seeing is, oh, this dude does reviews.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
That's the first thing I'm seeing just from glancing at it. But if that's not your focus, because right now I'm saying big homie, fit tech, technology, and fitness synergize. Now, for me, I like the hook.
Yeah.
For me, I'm like, okay, you're saying technology and fitness synergize. Okay, but I'm seeing a review for Westinghouse 55-inch 4K. It's nothing the matter with doing a review, but how does that go back to the statement of your thumbnail? I mean, your banner for your channel. Where's the fitness part of that? Like I'm sitting back again, you're looking for a hook that you can honestly follow. So I'm sitting here thinking, hey, keep doing the reviews, but you're looking for something that's engaging. Like I've never, I mean, granted, YouTube is big. I don't recall ever seeing anybody doing a review while somebody's doing a bench press or something, like doing arm curls, or like, look, we got a 25 curl review. We're gonna review this while I'm doing 25 curls of 50 pounds of this and this. You know, you're doing something to get a hook, because it's like, okay, yeah, I can look at a review, but are they really looking for the review, or are they looking for you? Because I mean, like with the content that you do, the content I do, it's tons of people who already do what they're doing. But what, again, back to the keyword we're talking about, is the influence that gets them to stay.
Big homie Fit Tech, I hope you're receiving this stuff. AJ dropping some nuggets on that. I think you got some nice, man, AJ, just give me 30 seconds on the mission in your
Of his
mind.
channel or in my mind?
Just in your mind, how important, like I know my mission is so, it wakes me up at 4:30 in the morning, by the way. My mission is so crystal clear. Give me yours. Well, I heard you say it earlier, but how important is that when you're starting a channel, AJ?
That's going to help drive you to where I think I did a video talking about it before when we first started talking, is your mission is going to be able to be translated and seen through the content that you're doing. For me, like I said, my goal is to transform and modernize media ministries, no matter what it is. So when you look at my goal, my mission is, this dude is trying to educate media ministries to get them to accept technology. No matter what it is, that shines through. So when I'm doing my videos, people can see, and there's no misunderstanding. Okay, that's what his goal is. Whatever he's doing, that's how you start forming a bond with other people, to get them to trust what you're doing. Just like your goal is, you want to educate people on how to get houses without having to go to a bank. That is seen through the thread through all of your videos in one way, shape, or form.
Yeah,
And I think
it gets pulled out.
Yeah, and I think the same way with Big Homie's Fit Tech. Mine is, what is your mission? From me, when I look at it, it's technology and fitness. I'm seeing a whole bunch of technology. Where's the fitness? Why not blend them together? Because there's tons of people who do fitness. There's tons of people who do technology. Who does them both?
I think he's got something, AJ. He got a lot of videos on here. I don't want to stay on him too long. With Big Homie Fit Tech, you got something, bro. Maybe this training thing will be good for you.
Man, I'm sitting back thinking, like, man, you could put a barbell through some TV boxes and start curling some 55 inches, and like, man, look, we got this review. Hey, you could be so creative with that.
I like that.
I like the idea of it.
And he's in shape. You know, the girls he working on, talking about or maybe he got mad at something. I didn't like the way he did something. You got the big muscles coming out.
See, I'm sitting here thinking comedy at the same time too. You could be like, girl, come by, like, ooh, man, look how big that is, and this is this, and he's sitting over here smiling, and then all of a sudden she's like, I'm talking about that 55-inch TV. Oh, you know, I mean, that could be, I mean, that's funny, and you can go right into like the fitness part, and you do, I mean, like, whatever your mission is, you need to own that, to where, again, that even if no one thought it was funny, or whatever that mission is, you have sold yourself on your mission.
Nice. I got to tell you, AJ, I didn't blow up till I got a mission, y'all. And it went to 2017 July. God gave me the mission. You know, before that, I was just making videos. But when I got, so I'm like, this is my mission, to raise your financial literacy. That one, that blew me up. Get your questions in. Round up, homies. I got to make dinner tonight. We're having vegetable curry, by the way. What up, Dutch? Dutch had his real estate training course coming out. Y'all make sure you look forward to that. Coffee, should you make separate channels for each of your interests?
Well, I would say it all depends. You know, what's your main focus? So, like, if you want to have a vlog type to where you can talk about anything, then you don't need to. The only thing I would say is, even though I have 7 channels,
What?
but I don't do nothing with them because I needed to focus on one.
How in the world are you gonna maintain? That's hard maintaining one.
I guess, see, I learned from, they always say that the path to success is layered with failure, and you got to fail to where you can find out your success. That's how you have to do it. You just don't become good at it. You have to fail. That's how you learn more. For me, I'm like, okay, let me take that intent. What was it? Cardone's book, 10X.
10X, yeah.
How do I learn faster? Fail faster than everybody else. So I'm like, you know what? I got all these interests. I'm gonna throw them all out there and see which one sticks. And then I failed. Oh, this one is picking. Boom. Let's double down on this.
Nice, sweet. Coffee. Give that a try. I only have one, but I will say if you got a channel if your channel is church ministry or baking cakes, you might not want to put frying chicken or but if it's Chris Haskins or AJ, you can kind of have a broader thing. So that is one of the things that I do know. So just the name, you don't want to mix people up too much.
Yep.
Andrew, is the offer still up? No, but what I will do for you, since you're hanging out with me on my YouTube training, I'll have my team cut it back on for you. The code is still, what is it? New Year. You can go ahead. It's 40% off. I turn it back on for the rest of the day. P. Graham, thank you so much. Chris Haskins, I'm providing fantastic training, immediately useful. Thank God. Mr. Haskins, give honor. Wow, this is cool. Thank you so much. Who was that? P. Graham, thank you. Al Entrepreneur, what entity do you operate your YouTube business under? Is it an LLC and how is it taxed? Happy New Year to you too. AJ, you go.
LLC. I had an LLC. When I first started my YouTube channel, I had it under me personally. When I started understanding LLC and the taxes and all this other stuff, every affiliate that I have, YouTube, Amazon, everything goes through my company because I want them to get taxed and not me.
Yep. Yeah, Al Entrepreneur, I have an LLC. We have a S election. We have an S election. I don't know what
on your LLC.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's the same thing I have on mine.
So we get I get a salary. So I cannot believe I'm paying all this taxes a month. How the hell do you pay $45,000? So I get taxed on my income, and then the money that's left over is taxed at a lower bracket because I'm not going to spend. I'm like Warren Buffett. We might make, X amount a year, but I ain't going to spend all that. So all I need to make is this much. So for us, and you don't take my advice, or this isn't any type of advice. This is just what we're doing. Real estate guys don't need to necessarily have an S election because you got big money coming in from flips. You don't have a lot of products going out, but when you have products going out, you better have a way to separate your income from your salary and the LLC income, because the LLC income would be a lot more than your salary. I had to learn that the hard way.
Yep.
Angela, how do I get subscribers? Happy New Year. Thank you, Angela. Nice cat. You should do cat videos, maybe. I don't know. What's your channel? Go ahead, AJ.
Honestly, you just got to put yourself out there. I mean, it's literally YouTube, social media is a mall with 7.5 billion people that are walking. And the good thing about it is you could take your money and buy ads to draw people to you. Why? Mm-mm. When you can just put out there, catch yourself on fire and let people come to you.
Have you spent money on ads, AJ?
Yes. And I will not do it again.
Well, tell us about that.
Well, this is when I was throwing stuff against the wall to see if it stuck. This is when I was doing FBA through Amazon, trying that out to see if I can get money from that and work through that, advertising on Instagram and trying to draw people to do that. And it was like, I was spending, did I make a profit? Yeah, but I was like, I've had some people saying like, oh, you make $10,000 a month, but you're spending $3,000 in advertising. I'm like, I don't know. I mean, I don't have the 3,000 right now. I'm trying to get started compared to, hey, I'm just going to take $20 and I'm gonna play off a big homie Tech right here because I still have his window up right here. Mm-hmm. I can take $20 and talk about this iPhone case and then put an affiliate on it. And if people are looking up what somebody's already looking for anyway, because again, no one is looking for you. They are looking for answers to questions.
What they want.
Yeah. So your videos is you get to one point where I'm making videos that I like to do. That's great.
Yeah, that's
sooner or later you're going to get to a point that you make videos that you like to make, but they are answering people's questions. Mm-hmm. Your answer to the question will bring people to you.
Yep. Angela, Happy New Year to you. I can show you about that. Paris, thank you so much. Wow, nice picture. Yeah, some nice pictures here. Dutch. Derek, can you do a subject too? Yes, we covered that one already. I thought we did that.
Yeah, I thought you did too.
As our Tisbin, as our first camera, is it good enough to use our phone? What are some tips to make sure your phone footage looks good?
First off, please don't do this.
Why?
Do
Tell
this
them, AJ. Many people might not know.
because let me take it back. That depends on your platform. If
Yeah.
you're on Instagram, hey, do this all day long. If you're trying to get on YouTube, don't do this and then have black bars on either side. You just don't. I mean, I know it sounds silly, but we've been programmed to watch TV for a long time, and
Mm-hmm.
people are still not used to that. And it depends on your content. Like if you like, I've seen some of your videos, Chris. I'm like, I'm not gonna sit and watch this on my phone because my arm is gonna get tired. And I want people to be able to sit in front of a computer and sit in front of a TV, and it fills the whole thing up because I want them to literally get to the point where they can't tell the difference between my content and regular TV.
Yeah, because it almost is regular TV now. That is, new millennials don't even really know about having 3 channels on Saturday morning like we do.
Mm-hmm.
Good answer. Good question, by the way. Paris, ooh, that's what I'm gonna do. I mean, good for you. Confused. Fitness and technology. Yeah, that's what we did. You, Mike. You got some good. Elevated pitch is your hook. Yep, real short and sweet. Faith Strut, welcome to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you. I got the man here with me. I absolutely appreciate the feedback. Good, Mike. Yeah, we want to help you on that.
Yep.
Will I am. Who set up your LLC for you, AJ?
LegalZoom.com.
We got an attorney to do ours, but wait a minute. I've been an LLC since 2006. I mean, the laws might have changed now. I don't even know. Faith Strut. I want to go live every day and recently got clear on my specific mission. Good. Equipping kingdom influencers. What are the most effective tips for going live? Give them a few, AJ.
Go live. That's really honestly, it is. Just go live. You'll learn the process. Like I started going live on when I was doing video editing on Sunday. It was just me. I just like we did before. Just do it as a habit, and you ultimately will be your audience as well as you sitting in there. You will learn how the flow needs to go. Like when I do a Q&A on Fridays. I used to just answer questions, and now it's almost like I develop a show in my mind. I got a pre-show that people are gathering. I'm building up the hype. I pick different music because people don't know, man, is AJ going to do electro swing? Is he going to do hip hop? We don't know what he's going to do. And he always changes his intro video. They come to expect that. Boom, I pop in, I do my hellos, I say what's up to everybody, go through the locations. Everybody knows I give back to my community. So when we hit new levels, I ask them what do they want to do as a giveaway for me to give back. And then we start going into questions. I promote it's like here's a commercial break. Here's this, here's that. And it's been developed over time to keep people engaged.
There you go. Now, y'all don't forget, don't compare your beginning to AJ's middle. You just can't do that. This dude's been doing it for quite a while. Plumber. That's ways to make your videos more valuable, how it's written by the title. That's right. Coffee, can you look for affiliates or do they always find you? Go ahead, AJ.
At first, well, honestly, everybody has an affiliate because every company knows that they make better profits off of that. Look up any of your favorite store on Google and then put affiliate at the end. You're guaranteed to find one. Best Buy has affiliate. Target has affiliate. Walmart has an affiliate. Amazon has an affiliate. Everybody has one.
Because it's free money.
Yeah. I mean, there's no harm with them because they're like, hey, if this other person promotes us and somebody buys it, man, we only have to pay him after he's already got us a product. It's a win-win situation.
I'm telling affiliate marketing, y'all, is the next thing to, once again, alchemy.
Now, hold on. Let me step away and I'm gonna show you something to answer that second question.
Okay. Round up, get your questions in the box.
Right. So I'm back. And going back to that question, I signed up for affiliates and then I had somebody contact me to be an affiliate for this.
What is that? Oh, the headphones.
Yeah. $850 headphones they sent to me for free because they're like, you know what? We see the influence you have in this niche. And when we searched for you, we searched for this topic, you came up. So now you put yourself out there, and then the affiliates will start finding you.
Yeah, they
But you
will.
have to start somewhere else. Like, I didn't hunt these people down, they hunted me down because they're like, you seem to be the niche of media ministries on YouTube. When we searched every time, and does it sound similar? We talked about when they searched for media ministry, they found me.
Sweet. So coffee at the beginning, you can look for them. Eventually they will find you. I think I get an email a day for people wanting to come on my channel. I've got to vet them because you guys are like, I've considered y'all like my family. I can't be bringing no trash to my family. You know, I can't bring that stuff home. So we go through for every one person you see come on my channel, I probably went through 30, you know, so not all those meetings go well when you meet with these people. Not all affiliates are created equal. Gordon, thank you for being candid. Mistakes and failures. It helps to know that you don't have to know everything or be perfect to succeed. That's right. Your channel instills knowledge into confidence. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Coffee wants to know how many LLCs do you have and why?
One, because it's just me.
Yeah, I got one, two.
I'll have some more when I have some more people because I'm as a business owner, I want to run a business. I don't want the business to run me.
Yeah, that's good. But you can always 1099 people. You don't have to have them on W-2s.
Oh yeah, that's what I do. I want to, for me to start having some more companies, I want to have a manager to run it. And it's not me doing it.
Mm-hmm. Andre, stop it, Chris. We're not old enough to know about three. Yeah, 3 channels.
What do you UFF, UFH, and where you had to slide that, or you had the 2 knobs and you had to turn, and you only had 3 good channels because of the antennas and the rabbit ears?
Oh Lord, Andre, you crazy. Oh shoot. Dana. Hey Dana, nice picture. Do you recommend stating your channel under your LLC right off the bat? Oh, did we already do that one?
Mm-mm. When you
I
saying
did.
state, well, I mean, when they're saying stating, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I hide my my company under. Well, I'll put it this way: I don't show my company on my channel. My company is registered through AdSense in the back end of YouTube. I don't announce it. Like, even though I do installs for media ministry, I never say my company name on there because I don't want to advertise myself that way. For me as a business owner, I want people to contact me.
You
I
don't
don't have to. Yeah.
You don't have to. You don't have to, AJ. I mean, you're doing it. You're like, okay, this is what I'm doing. Nice talking to you. See you later. If they want you, I promise you, dude, they're going to say, well, darn, he didn't try to sell me nothing. Wait a
Yeah,
minute.
that's the honestness. That's the honestness right there, to where people are like, you know what? I trust them. Like, I got an affiliate, Millen, contacted me to do a review on a product, their new streaming software that's kind of like StreamYard. They contacted me. They gave out to a whole bunch of people that did reviews, and somebody contacted me on my comments and said, you know what? Thank you for your review. You never tried to sell it to us. I said, because it's not my responsibility to sell it to you. I just want to show you what it does, and you make your own daggone decision if you want it or not.
Honesty, man. And transparency is key. Plumber Payday, how would you approach sponsorship or ads in a video? I don't have a sponsor.
I mean, I had one, and that was with them. But I mean, honestly, if you get to like when I had the sponsorship with Bose, there was an agreement that had to be written up, and it was a contract that I had to sign, and all this other stuff like that, to where I had to produce a video, and they know me. And I kind of like what you're saying, Chris, about like your channel is your family. I did the same thing. I have contactors, companies contact me, and I normally put it this way: if you can't tell me of your product, how it benefits media ministries, I don't talk to you.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, could you check out these lights? Sure. How could a church use it? Huh? I can't work with you. So for me, the sponsorship, normally a good sponsorship, they have it themselves.
Yeah, they ain't trying to push it too. They're like, okay, this is what we got. The good guys, from what I tell, they ain't trying to push it down your throat or make it fit. I'm like, I don't know if that's a fit. Plumber, people will contact you, but you got to get that content out there. Al, what tools and resources are you using to enhance your channel? AJ's the master on that. I just got a camera.
Well, the only tool that I have is I have TubeBuddy. That's
Yeah, I
what
got
I
that.
use.
I got that.
That helps me look at stuff in a different way. But I mean,
It ain't gonna
that
do
was
so much though. It's AJ. It ain't gonna blow you up, is it?
yeah. I mean, it's like honestly, the first $100 I made from YouTube, that's what I put into it. I bought a year membership to TubeBuddy, and it was like $90. And then if you want to go back to the LLC, this isn't tax advice, but okay, my business made $100. I spent $90 on software and advertising. So my income was now $10.
I've got TubeBuddy and Al Entrepreneur. I have another software called VidCons, VIDCON. But I don't know. Are they going to help you blow up? Because I promise you, I know people personally that have stolen my tag words, keywords, stolen all my description, made another video, and it'll have peanuts compared to a video that we did. Not saying that mine is better, but to me, your word cloud, what you're saying, because the internet strips your words right off the mic. It's plastering them on the web. When you talk, it's layering these word clouds down. So it's almost like when they search, those words will pop up. Kris, did you get a coach or did you do it all on your own? AJ?
I first started doing it all myself. I would, study, find stuff like this video and other ones who would talk and try and piece it all together, buy books. My favorite search, I would look on YouTube. It's like recommended reading list for YouTubers. It'll be very few people that have it. I would do that. And then ultimately, when I decided to get real serious, I bought one YouTube course, and I earned, after the stuff I learned from that, I earned what it cost for that course, which was the biggest investment I ever did, which was $1,000, which was crazy. Took me 3 months to decide to buy it, but I literally earned that amount back in the second month of being monetized.
Was that Cannel or was that another one? Cannel, yeah, he's a beast. He reminds me of you a lot. Or you remind me of him. I don't know, whatever. Do I have a coach? My guy, Patrick Bet David, I follow him. I met him, was able to go down and hang out with him. But he's the channel that I follow to help me with my presentations. Oh, we did that. Same thing. Last one. I got to go make dinner. Edward, love the show. AJ, guy's been doing videos. Scared. I want you to talk about this, AJ. Scared to put myself out there. Go.
Just do it. Because like I said, it's like we talked about it before about it sounds like it's an imposter syndrome where
I still get that.
Yeah, well, I think you might be let me go back to Marine Corps real quick. And I mean this in all honesty. You are not that important
for people to care.
Yeah, so it's not like if you put yourself out there and like I kid you not, it has been a time I did a whole video, edited it, everything, put it up, and I'm like, dang, I had a daggone booger hanging in my nose the entire time. But guess what? I was the only one who saw that. Or if anybody else saw it, they were like, yeah, that was nasty, but I mean, his content was there. Yeah. It doesn't matter. Just you have to sell yourself on yourself.
That's the hardest part, AJ, I think.
Yeah. So, I mean, like I said, if you're really scared about it, post it, make it private.
Post it, make it private. Don't, yeah, you're not. My thing is, man, I'm just not that, I'm not that important. When I make a joint, I'm like, I'm just not that important for people to look at me that deeply. And I know it, you know?
Yeah. And people are not looking at it for you yet. They're looking at it for your content.
All right, AJ, we've been on it an hour and a half. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
I'm sorry, bro.
No, hey, no, I'm fine. I'm fine. The little one's not with me today, so I don't have no restrictions. I ain't got choir rehearsal till tomorrow, so I'm good.
All right. Okay, Roundup, listen, make sure you subscribe to the channel. So we're going to be doing this every week. I twisted AJ's arm to come on here. He knows 100% of the information. He loves to have fun. What I like about it is he loves to help people. Really helps me too. So, AJ, that's all we got. Final thoughts for people getting started in YouTube, and we gone.
Just saying, if you are on the fence about posting your first video, just post it. Send it to yourself.
I like
You gotta start somewhere. You can analysis paralysis yourself to infinity, and you're never gonna have anything. And you're gonna be. I learned the hard way. Deal with the short-term pain right now, or live with regret for the rest of your life, sitting back saying, "Dang, maybe if I should have just hit publish." I mean, it's that's it. That's it.
Yeah, a lot of people are nervous. If you're scared about putting content out and be in front of the camera, just go to just write. If you can't write, do a podcast. That way no one sees your face. So some people might not want to have their face online. Or you can do the podcast and publish that to YouTube. Some channels blow up, AJ. Not, as you know, not even a personal there. It's just data or whatever. I mean, you don't even have to put your face on there. You're doing a review and you don't even have the person's face on there.
Yep.
Roundup, I am here. My goal, I have to push you because I know 2021, I don't know. My gut's telling me we're going to be in this COVID thing for a little while longer. So this digital world is where we need to be. Absolutely. We have to be right here. And AJ's living it. Man got 30,000 subscribers in a year. In a year, I'm like, AJ, you might hit 100 this year, or is that your goal?
Oh, yes, the goal is to hit 100,000 on my birthday, September.
Damn, AJ, I got 70,000, and I'm like, not even know if I'm gonna hit 100. You a monster.
I don't know. I just decided to set the goal. I just know, just like a GPS. I don't know the left and the right and the straight and the turns I need to do, but I need to set a destination somewhere.
I love that. Okay, Roundup, like the content, share with anybody else that needs to grow their channel. All right. And subscribe, hit that bell so you know when we come on for our next training. All right. We'll see you guys soon.
Later. Peace.